Morning, guys. So I thought I'd show you some of the progress from yesterday. There's the hood. I got the fender down there. Get these primed up today with some epoxy primer, and we got our seam welded together from the back side there, so that looks good. And got the firewall welded in there. And heater ducts welded down to the firewall. Just a bunch of grinding today, and trying to get it in primer for sure, you know, into some epoxy primer, so we can do some cut-in work and seam sealing, of course. Ordered all my parts from my transmission here, so got 4 synchro rings, a paper kit, and 2 flange seals, and a reverse gear, the little idler, and that should take care of that one. And we just got to go pick that stuff up down at Triangle. Everything's ready for me. So had a little spillage yesterday here. You know, if you get these mixing cups from me every once in a while, I try to make a habit of looking at the bottoms of them before I put product in them, but every once in a while I'll have a crack in it. And I poured all my etch primer in there and mixed it and stirred it, and had some people stop in, and I got to talking to them, and I came back over here to the bench and didn't have any primer in the gun. And so yeah, there's that mess. Bunch of a lot of grinding and a lot of thin sheet metal. So we'll be wearing down some grinders, but I did get my seam folded over on this side, and got the bottom piece all the way in and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna bolt the fender up one more time, make sure it fits, and hopefully put this thing together. Oh, we got the hinges on too. Got the hinges off the other car, got those bolted on. Those went on nice. And no, like I said, I'm gonna try to bolt everything on one last time and mock it all up, and then we'll take it apart and spray it. So that's where we're at. Got a buddy who's doing a Cub Cadet project. His website is 1968 Hambone, and yeah, I watched the video I think this morning, buddy, and I think that spam thing might be because I don't spell real good, and it takes me a couple attempts to usually get the message. I noticed, I read one of the comments on your page, and the guy had mentioned that, and more than likely that's what that is. I see that on mine every once in a while on my page, you know, and never really knew what that was from, but you're always going to get the thumbs down guys, you know. I sort of learned to deal with that, and it really doesn't matter if somebody thumbs down you, at least they watched the video, you know. So you know, that's how that is. But anyway, my buddy over there is doing this Cub Cadet, and he needs some help, and now I'm going to help him out with materials and whatever he needs as far as getting the project done. And what he needs our help with is just, you know, the basics. And I'm going to try to do a series of videos, start to finish, and they might be you know, something that you guys have already seen before. But basically what he wants to do is he wants a series of videos from you know, how to start from the beginning process to the spraying process. And there's Andrea. That the gun you have is a real nice gun, buddy. It's that's not an entry level. That's probably the right before you get into the top of the line series. The Elvis has the starting line, and then the finish line is the one up from the starting line, and you have the finish line, and that's a real nice piece there. You should be able to do whatever you need with that gun. You will be able to prime with it, paint with it, and clear with it. The key is to keep it very clean. And you know, you're right about the spray bombs. You're not going to get the same the durability, you know, that you would if you spray it out of the gun. There are some shops that can put the car paint in the spray bombs, but I've never personally tried it. You know, a lot of guys use it that way, but there's no reason to do it that way when you have what you have, and the project that you're starting with is it's a good project because they're solid colors, so you don't have to do metallic issues or anything like that. And I heard your comment about Big Paul and the vinegar water. That's a good way to combat the rust. There's a couple more videos on YouTube. Some guys use molasses and make a soak tank. Sometimes you can get that stuff sandblasted. You know, if you have a local sandblaster, sometimes it's cheaper than you know, burning up all your sandpaper and such. Sometimes it's easier just to take those big pieces like that down to the local blaster and have them blast them for you. Usually there's a $25 to $50 minimum on sandblasting, but if you find the right place, they'll work with you, and they can do that stuff while they're doing a big piece, and it'll save you tons of time. And a lot of the guys even offer a priming service, you know, where they'll etch prime it and give it back to you and etch prime, and that's what our guy does here. So that's a consideration. If you wanted to sandblast that, you could you know, do away with any sanding you'd have to do, or stuff like that. You know, you actually get it back in etch primer, be able to scuff it and start right with your primer coat, and then you could go right to your paint. So it'd be my pleasure to put those videos together for you. I have no problem with it, and we'll find something, and we'll get it set up today. I'll find a piece, and we'll go start to finish. And I think with the guys in the garage, there's plenty of talent in there, and we'll get you through it. There's a lot of first-time painters that aren't first-time painters anymore, and that's what the YouTube's all about. You know, it's about grabbing a project that you never thought that you could do and doing it. Because with YouTube, all you have to do is ask, and the only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. So always remember that, guys. You know, the guy that doesn't ask the question is the guy that's more misfortunate than the guy that, you know, swallows his pride and asks the question and is willing to learn how to do it properly. So, and with that being said, you know, I'm sure that you're going to have plenty of help with this project, and I can't wait to see it done. You know, obviously your dad was some sort of a painter, so you definitely got the skills in there. You know, you just got to grab the gun and make it happen. And so you know, you just let me know what you want. You know, as far as sandpaper and stuff, you know, really seriously, you should drive around and check and see if there's a sandblaster in your area. Another place that people don't think about that usually do sandblasting is headstone makers. So if you know where there's a cemetery or somebody that makes plots or cemetery headstones, they usually sandblast too, because that's how they etch the stone. So we actually have a sandblasting place here, and we have a headstone maker, and the headstone maker actually does a little nicer work, and his prices are better. He's just a little slower, but so those are two options where you can look and source that out. Just from experience, if you're going to get into sand and all that, and you know, getting it down where you need to get past that rust and all that, you're gonna spend a lot of time and effort doing that. And I've always found that you can start with a nice clean piece. That's the best way. But if not, you know, we'll get you through that too. Some 80 grit on a DA. I don't know if you have a DA or what you have for tools, but you know, if you don't have the proper tools and you need something, you just let me know. I can send it your way. I got plenty of spares, and you know, we'll get you through your project, and you can send me the stuff back. But so if you need to borrow a DA or whatever, and you know, you need to get some DA paper or whatever, we can get you a small pack. So just go for it, man. You know, that's the best thing, best advice I could give you. Use YouTube to its full advantage. That goes for anybody out there. You know, just grab a project and start doing it. You know, all you gotta do is type the question, and you'll get 10 or 15 answers by the morning time usually. So it's another beautiful day in Florida. You know, not a cloud in the sky. And we got the Hyundai sitting out here. We're gonna sand it today, and I'm probably just gonna hit this with some 320 on a DA. It's looking pretty flat, and And I tried not to get primer on the moldings, and I managed to do it somehow. So, but yeah, I don't know. I might wet sand it. I might DA it. I'm not really sure yet. I'm just trying to get into the dry sanding thing because I see a lot of guys on YouTube dry sand, and I don't know. I've had good luck with it for the used car stuff, but I've always, like from habit, wanted to wet sand the the customer stuff or the nicer cars, just because I don't know, you seem to have total control when you're blocking it. And as far as the mess goes, I pretty much wash the car before I paint them anyway. I try to almost detail the car to the point where it's almost done when you pull the paper off. So that'll be part of the process too today, cleaning the jams, vacuuming the car out, cleaning the wheels. I always like to clean the rims and the tires with some good soap, so if there's any armor all in the wheel openings or the tires or the rims, that can be caught at that time, and you're not dragging it into the shop with you. So, but we still got this bumper issue up here. He came by and he really doesn't want to get into this, and it's driving me crazy. I want to try to tuck it in there, but it needs a bracket, and the bumper needs to come off, and guys don't like to get into all that expense. So so that's what we're going to be working on. We got the molding on that side too. What a talent. I got to put 4 window regulators in my sister's Grand Marquis out here, and it's going to be a fun job. I hate these things. They're all riveted in, and if you guys know Crown Vics, man, that's one of the common problems. So apparently they're down to $40 now for a window regulator for one of these cars, and she wants to put all 4 of them in. Usually I just do one at a time, but I guess I'll pop 4 of them in there and try to do this today or tomorrow. So, and I got the battery charged up for the boat. We're gonna try to do a start on that tonight. Maybe do a video, and that's pretty much done. Just gotta throw the seats back in it and glue the carpet down, and of course we'll see what happens when I start it. It's been sitting a while. I'm gonna throw some plugs in there and change the oil, filter, fuel filter, basic stuff. But when a boat sits, it costs you money every time. So what's up, baby cat? Meow, meow, meow. How the kitties today? How the kitties? Oh, fat cat. Yep. I don't know. Tom told me how long it takes a cat to have babies, but can't be much longer. These things are kicking. You put your hand on them and pet them, you can hear them purring in there. So they're pretty developed. Should be any time now. So hopefully she's not eating a lot, but I think she's definitely pregnated. But we'll see how that works out. And yeah, so baby cat's gonna have some babies. Look at that tummy. Look at that tummy. Oh, that's a lot of cats. Oh yeah, don't like that. That cat will bite you. Should be all nice and then sink her teeth into you. All right, let me shut this off. We'll go upload it, and the bone, whatever you need, buddy. We got all kinds of stuff, so I can send you some stuff, and I'll put your package together as soon as you decide on a color, and I'll throw you some sandpaper in there and some primer and some basic kit, little tractor kit, and that won't take a whole lot of materials to do that. And like I said, I had that exact tractor, and I remember my buddy, he moved down here from Pennsylvania, and he was storing it at a guy's house, and he conned me into going to get it with him. He had just moved here, and we worked at a body shop together, and he's like, hey, you think you can help me go pick a lawn tractor up? And I was like, yeah, sure, you know. So besides being out in the middle of the country, we drove for 2 hours to this guy's house. And I can tell you this story, you guys won't believe it, but this particular guy actually built cars for Dale Earnhardt Sr., cars and trucks. And his whole shop was covered with stock cars, all of Senior's cars, and late models, trucks, and the whole wall was all shock and springs. You know, they had it where all the shocks and stuff slid into the walls. And this guy, man, he built some serious race cars out here in the middle of nowhere. And anyway, we go out back and this tractor's sitting there, and the three of us couldn't budget. You know, it was I don't know what those things weigh, but the one that I had, the actual tires were full of water to add more weight, you know, on the back, and it had the 2-speed rear. But we eventually got it loaded up, and he moved to Pennsylvania before I did, so I inherited the tractor for a little while, and I ended up moving there after he did. And I don't know what happened to that tractor. Somebody stole it from me, got it for a deal, and it's gone forever. But it was cool riding that thing around. I remember when the kids were babies, you know, I'd give them rides on it, and I put a big 3-inch pipe on it off the muffler, you know, and it'd blow a big flame out of the bottom of it. It was really cool. So hope I didn't babble too much, and don't get too upset about the spam thing. I really don't understand what all the YouTube stuff is, but people will do what they're gonna do. And you know, I've learned in the past from smarter people than me that the reaction they're looking for is a reaction. So, you know, just go with the flow. Don't let it disturb you, and I'll make sure you get the comment one way or another through a video or a comment. You know, I communicate more through videos than I do leaving comments, just because of my dyslexia, and that's a lot of times, like that guy was talking about, probably more than likely the issue. You know, I might have tried to leave you a message and spelled it wrong, and you know, deleted that and started over again. And sometimes, you know, when you do that, it'll pop up as spam. And then the other thing that I get a lot from not being able to spell real good is the you know, where you got to spell the word, can you see this thing? And somebody was complaining about that the other day, and that tends to come up more when you misspell words and don't use the proper punctuations and stuff. So just a little bit of something I've noticed from navigating through YouTube there. And they don't like incorrect spelling, you know. Usually it'll have a little red line under it, and you click on the word and it'll come up with a list of words, and you know, you can do it that way. And I'm learning. It's a slow process, and that's just how it is. So, but so I'm going to turn this off now. We're going to get to work, and hopefully I'll show you a working video, and I'll definitely put something together from that start to finish like you wanted. I got to do that deck lid right there, so that'd be a good good candidate. And so we'll make that happen for you, and everybody out there, try to have a good day.